later. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's get everything relative to what's actually happening. All right, so we'll go here. We'll go about here, and we'll go about right here. Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Austin. I can't steal that intro. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pop out chat from actual YouTube. Okay. And there we go. Little sound. Little sound, please. Is it not loud enough or I was just thinking about you. I'm a little bit late. Um, Me and one of my new members to the one-on-ones, we had a really long talk and we got a lot of great information, but unfortunately we were a little bit late, but that's okay. All right. As long as we're kind of around that general area, just like support and resistance, it's okay. Rafa, what's going on, man? Andrew, Brofist, Esoteric, what's going on, man? I'm about to say eccentric, but then I just catch myself. Krypton, first. You weren't. I'm sorry, but it's okay. I love you still. All right. Daily D, what's going on, man? Let's see. What's up, Kite? Been waiting for you to stream. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rafa, happy to catch you. Thanks, man. I'm happy you can catch me. What it do, baby boo? Let price action do what it do. What's up, man? What's up, amazing Asian? I know I said I was gonna join, but just waiting for the first of the month. No problem, man. Like I said, I never want to take more money than what I feel like I deserve, which, that's kind of a tough thing to do anyways. I don't know what I deserve. But if you guys ever think about signing up for the Telegram group, just know that the way it's set up, because I have to, if you get into the Telegram group on like the 28th, it's gonna charge you again on the first or the second. I don't know which one. Um, Now, the reason why I do that is because in the past, I was having people that were joining and then they would just leave and then they would join again. And that is not going to happen. I'm not going to let that happen. So that's why I have to charge you when you first sign up. And as well as that, it's for the one-on-ones too, because that's a one-time payment anyways. And just know that even if you do make the mistake, you know, if I feel like it's an honest mistake and you didn't hear me tell you this on live stream, and it does double charge you, uh, just let me know. I'll suck it up and I'll pay you back. But just know that they do take around 12%. They actually raised it to 12% of what I make. So if you have to, let's say you don't forget to cancel your subscription and it double charges you $500, that's going to make me lose $50. And it kind of just sucks, that I have to pay you now. So, but that's all good. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? How's your day going? Tom, what's going up, man? What's going up? Bitcoin's not going up. That's what I can tell you what. Um, sorry, that was me. It's okay, man. Like I said, if it's an honest mistake, I'm not gonna blame you for it. See, I'm new to this whole thing. Managing a crap ton of people, having setting schedules and all this stuff. Because I just made money and played video games. Now I have to deal with all these logistical things, so I'm getting used to it. So a lot of things are gonna fall through the cracks. So I expect there to be mistakes. So, let's see. What's up, Kite? That was a long, long talk. Yeah, it was. It was. Let's see. Gary Burrell. Hi. That was nice and simple. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hello. Started watching your vids and really enjoy your TA. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Scott, what's up? What's up, man? Now Bitcoin. Now, we're gonna start discussing price action a little bit. Tell you guys my thoughts. We discussed a lot in last live stream about what my macro view is, and I mean I'm still sticking to it. All right. A lot of things have changed in the past couple of months. I've, gone from knowing nothing to knowing something to thinking I know everything to, okay, now I'm back to the stage where I think I know something, and there might become a day where it proves me wrong. So, as always, this is never financial advice. I'm just a 20-year-old kid on the internet. Follow at your own risk. All right, I trade for me. I don't trade for you, but I'm going to try to help you by what I trade in terms of my mistakes and what I learned. All right. What's up, man? About to join the Telegram. What is included or what to expect? So, the Telegram group, it has two main groups. Later on, I'm probably going to split that up just to make it easier on everybody else, not just me. But we do have two main groups here. We have my main channel, which I, post big long things like this, my setups, what I think is going to happen. Uh, Most of the time, I feel like I'm just here to corral. All right. I'm here to like just make sure that nobody strays off the path. Because what I've been finding out just recently, just how much people get afraid and just they get themselves into the best position possible, and then they let a simple retest let them exit a position. They either one, take profit early, which it's all right. You made money. All right. You probably made a good amount of money, but we're looking to make a great amount of money. All right. And until things change, we're still on that direct path. Okay. And two, they'll open positions based off of something that is being used to trick you. All right. So we'll talk about that today. So this is my main call channel. Fish was like jumping around. I didn't know what he was doing. But I want you to understand. All right. A couple weeks ago, I was doing a lot of scalps. So it looked like I was doing a lot more. I want you to understand that from here on out, the trades that are going to be made are high profit, high probability. So if you want to trade 1,000 trades a day, this is not the group for you. We're making money. Okay. We're not losing it. So, yes, if you guys ask, if you guys can take a scalp here or there, and give me an example of what you would be doing, obviously through the things I teach, I'll say, hey, that's probably a good chance. But until the account is at a substantial amount, I'm not going to be scalping that much. All right. I'm really not. Now, when I do get to that stage, you guys are going to be really surprised on what I've been working on for the scalping side of things. But like I said, you need a lot of money to scalp with because scalping, essentially what you need is you need a high amount of capital. So that way you can use a low amount of risk, but still make substantial dollars from trade to trade. But if you only got $5,000 and you're trying to scalp, you might feel like you're going to make money, but it's a siren's call. I'm telling you, come back in a couple months. I'm pretty sure you're going to be crying your eyes out. Now, so that's what I want you to know if you guys are going to be joining the Telegram. But the main thing about the Telegram is not me, but the people you're surrounding yourselves with. So the general chat and discussion, a lot of these people in here are from the one-on-one, so they've had personal talks with me. So if you ask questions in here, more than likely, the people that are going to be answering them have learned it directly from me. Now, if it's not me that answers your question, which I try to be in here, try to answer every single question I can. Um, within reason. And yeah, that's the two channels we got. So that's the Telegram. I only said it because you asked. I'm never gonna really just shove it down your throat. So only 500 trades a day. Yeah, you got it right, man. I only do 500 trades a day. No more, no less. All right. Let's see. 12% is nuts. You should try to just Stripe and WooCommerce. I haven't heard of those. I'll check them out, but Patreon is the known and true one. So I don't know. I might switch to something different, but so far so good. Like I said, I'm not in it for the money. So 12%, I don't care about that. All right. I'm just saying for the refund purposes. Let's see. Greetings, bro. Stelios, what's going on, man? You charge for your Discord. So the Discord, that you need to be in the one-on-ones for the Discord. That is not just my decision, but also Seth's. Seth is a previous student who became like just a whale. All right. But essentially, he helped me build a Discord and everything around it. So he has even more say in it than I do. And the conclusion that we came up to was that the Discord needs to be a place. Like if you're in the Discord, you need to either one, know what the hell you're doing, or two, you need to be on your way to know what the hell you're doing. Right? No more, no less. That's why the requirement is the one-on-ones. It's not so I sucker you out of more money. It's so that that is a high value Discord. Right? We don't just let anybody in. Right? And also with the one-on-one payment, I don't think I'm asking too much. You get lifetime Discord, lifetime Telegram, and then about 4 sessions with me. And I always tell people, if you're not really understanding it or you're still making mistakes, but I truly see that you're trying and that you're not just putting on a facade of, oh, I'm really trying, Kite. I'm really trying to make a better life for myself here. Listen, there's a difference between making mistakes and then learning from them and just keeping and making mistakes. If I truly see that you're trying, I will give you more sessions free of charge. But I have to see that first. So moving on from that, hate your vape. I guess I'm just a yes man, aren't I? There you go. Crypto Chris, what's going on, buddy? Ricky S. Hi, how you doing? Batman, nope, want to set in and leave it. Don't have time for scalping, so it sounds good. Awesome, man. Because that's what I want to teach people that if done correctly. Fish, what are you doing? Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay, maybe that wasn't fish. I think there was just a ghost or something because something definitely like fell over there, but I don't know what. And fish is over here just staring at me like, what was that? All right, so moving on. Let's see. Yeah, because I want to show people that there are specific ways that if you can do this, add to trades as they become higher probability, set them up in good positions, let funding rate take over. All these things work together to build a good account. Because just in the past couple of days that we've been holding this short, I know it doesn't seem like a lot because of, obviously it's a small account. So, but past the past, like, I would say week that we've been holding this short, we have collected $23 in fees. So, I mean, we started the account, we started this trade with $500. So, well, actually, no, we started this trade with $200 and now it's become 555. Hey, no fish, no fish. But I mean, an extra $23 in your pocket just for holding a trade? Come on. Give me a break though. So, I mean, essentially, if you had a $10,000 account, that would be what, 20 times that? So you would make $400 in the past couple of days just holding a trade. Obviously, you would be making a lot more just off of the actual trade alone, short term, but long term, it could actually work out the opposite direction. All right. So just funding alone, we've made $23. Now we're still up 76%. And let's start talking about price action. I still want to say hello to some of you guys. Obsidian, what's going on, man? How you doing, bud? Button, buddy. Are you scalping on your $100 account? That's what I'm telling you guys. So I never have dealt with a small account. I've only ever had large accounts. I started with 130 grand back at 3K. Obviously, I made a whole bunch more on the 20K pump, but I was stupid, young, dumb, and I didn't know what I was doing. It was all luck. I didn't learn how to trade or start learning how to trade because it's constant progress until around the 3K. So I turned $130,000 into a substantial amount of money. Been trading with that. Now, the reasons why I personally say that the larger accounts are easier to grow. Now, percentage wise, they're not easier to grow because you can't be using 20% of your account per trade on a multi-million dollar account. That's not going to happen. All right. Fishy, fishy. No. So he's got an automatic food feeder and he's been good about it. But every now and then he's like, I need food now. But I have it set to dispense a good amount of food every couple hours. He just needs to wait. So back to that. So it's way easier to grow a large account because you don't have to deal with a lot of psychological problems that come alongside trading a small account, such as greed and fear. All right, with a large account, you're going to be using extremely lower risk. So that gets rid of a lot of the fear. and you're going to be making substantially more dollars from trade to trade, even with the low risk. So therefore, you get rid of a lot of the greed. So you don't have those things, hitting you in the face all the time. If you're trying to grow $100 into enough to feed your family, you're going to want to grow it as fast as possible. So you're going to be dealing with a lot of greed and a lot of fear because you're going to have to risk a lot to make a lot. So that's why in the beginning on a small account, you risk a substantial percentage of your portfolio from trade to trade. But that's why you need to make sure that the trades that you do take, you put a lot of time and effort into really thinking about the probability and statistics behind each trade and the risk to reward to make sure that that is a possibility in the first place. Because when you go from $100 to $1,000, that is 1,000% added to your portfolio. All right. If you were to add 1,000% to a $1 million portfolio, you would go to $10 million. But that's not going to happen that easy as it will with $100 account. That's why it might seem like on paper, it's way easier to grow a small account versus a large account. There's so many psychological disadvantages to a small account. So, and I know there's a really long answer, but that's why I'm not scalping. Because since the risk is so high, I need to make sure that the trades that I am taking are high probability as well as that super high profit. Otherwise, I'm not really going to make anything. All right. Now, did I do really, really good scalping when we first started the $100 portfolio? I did okay, but you got to think about it. When we started the $100 portfolio, the first ever trade that we made on it was a 100x long from like 7,770 to like 8,600, and we made like 1,000%. So we went from $100 to $800. Okay, and then we did pretty okay in this region, and we got all the way up to $7,000. But then that's when those psychological, uh, you know, disadvantages kicked in. I said, "Oh, if I can go from 100 to 7,000 that quickly, let's just up our risk a little bit because now I was extra confident as well." And then I wrecked the account. So we went from 100 to 7,000, and then 7,000 all the way back to 200, and now we're back up to just under 1,000. And by the time this trade completes, we'll be at about 2,600. So all in all, if this trade completes by the end of the month, we would have done about 2,600x to the account in 1 month. So mathematically, we're already about 1 to 2 months ahead of what we should be. Let's see. What's up? What's up? Crypto Half Life. How you doing, buddy? Caesar, what's going on, man? Efron, hi, hello. My vape bro, how you been? I've been absolutely fantastic, man. We're getting our shit back together. All right, because like I told you guys, like it wasn't the fact that like I was just pissing off everything. Obviously, I got the financial part of my life figured out, but the self-discipline, because I'm young, I didn't have a lot of the self-discipline parts of my life figured out. So I really had to learn how to do that. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just as well as I set up a $100 to $250,000 challenge for my financial side of things. Obviously it's going to help financials, but I would make a lot more trading my other accounts. Because like I said, a lot of people ask me, am I still trading my main accounts? Yes, I'm trading my main accounts macro, but I've given up on actually leverage trading them in the meantime until I complete this challenge because this deserves 100% of my attention. Because one, this is going to make me a better trader to deal with, because now I can really learn from the psychological things that are happening, as well as that I can better learn how to teach you guys because obviously, trying a millionaire teaching somebody that is just starting out is not going to have the same perspective as them. So I need to get in your guys' mindset. And that's not a pompous thing to say. I'm doing that for you. It's not for me to become, some trading guru. But that being said, I prefer the bigger swings slash more profitable trades versus scalping. Definitely less stressful. That's, I mean, you say that, and I'm glad you say that. But you have to think for a lot of other people, especially if you're in my Telegram, you can kind of see it. These longer term trades, there's more time to get antsy. Every little movement feels like a punch in the face and it feels like it's just going to come screaming back upwards. Especially when you see everybody else talking about it going to the upside, you always think that you're wrong. But you find out what everybody else is looking for, you probably know what's going to happen. The opposite. Now, I'm not calling people stupid. What people are looking for is true. So if you look at any YouTube channel nowadays, all right, they're all talking about this particular pattern. All right, let's get let's get rid of wicks again. Um, let's get rid of the let's get rid of the wicks. All right, my bad, tongue twister. So a lot of people are talking about this particular descending wedge. Okay, target coming off of it would be the length of the opening. All right, and we had a breakout. All right, boom. Breakout would take us to about $9,700. All right. Now, what did I tell you guys? I'm not using diagonals anymore. So this pattern doesn't even exist to me. I am breaking it down to simple mathematics. All right. Look at this. This is your pattern setup. Right. We came from this region. This is where our breakout was. We pumped up, made a right shoulder. Okay. We pumped up. We made a left shoulder. Came up. We made a head. Came back down to retest the neckline. Came back up. Made another head. Came back down. Now we're forming a right shoulder. Okay. So there is 3 sectors here for resistances and supports. All right. So this is sector 1. This is sector 2. And this is sector 3. Okay. Simple mathematics. All right. So let's go ahead and change some of the colors on these ones. So we'll change this to a yellow. And we'll change this one to a green. Okay. Now, this is just if you're looking at it from the perspective of this singular, like a 2 hour. All right. If you're just looking at this pattern alone, these are what the probabilities are, not even taking into account the actual macros. Mrs. G, please, for the love of God, how can I get in touch with you? Because I just want to verify some of the things I've been working out the past couple of days, and I want to see if it matches up with what you're thinking. So I do want to have a conversation with you, because I'm kind of on your side now, to be honest. I don't know how I didn't see it before, but it's there. All right. So basically, all right, what is a foreshore thing? What is a guarantee? A guarantee is 100%. So if we're trying to get back to here and that is our 100%, and we have 3 different sectors, they're 33% each. So when we take a short in this sector, just from this pattern perspective, not even taking into account macros, if we take a short here, it is a 33% chance of getting to here. Okay. When we take a short in the yellow sector, it is a 66% chance of getting to here. Okay. Now, if you take a short in the green sector, obviously we would want to see a confirmation of resistance off of the yellow sector. Then it is a 99% chance of returning back to the bottom of the green sector. Like I said, it's 99% chance because there's never ever a guarantee, but it's almost a for sure thing. Almost. So keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. What is our pattern? Our pattern is a double top, head and shoulders, working on another shoulder. Now, my original plan was for us to drop down to 8,550, where I would exit this half of the trade. So I took 2 entries. I took an entry up here at 8,890, and I took an entry at 9,070. Now the entry on this one was kind of crap, not gonna lie. I got to work on that. But learning from my mistakes. My mistake was being too fearful and not trusting my chart because, I don't want to get a wick, enter a short, and then get stopped out if it just comes right back up. So I was being careful of that. So I just want to make sure that when I took my short, it was at a lower number, which is all right. It's not it doesn't really make it the best risk reward ratio. I really should have waited for this retest, but you live and you learn. So I was being too fearful and I should have waited for a retest. Now, my original plan was to take that target's profit or that entry's profit at about 85.50. And then I wanted to see a bounce back up to the 9.3 region, okay? Where I would re-enter and the main target is still 770. Okay, 7,770. So, it's just taking advantage of the move in between, all it is. So, that's pretty much what the plan was. Now, that didn't happen. Now we're seeing a double bottom, potential retest of 9,300. Now, there is two supports and resistances here. We got one at 9,300, which is the main one. And then we got a little bit of a smaller one here, but it did result in a lot of price action at here at about 9,157, which is what we're seeing a rejection off of now. Now, can it go back down to 9,000, confirm support, and then continue up to 9,300? Yes. So, as long as we are in the yellow region, I'm still looking for this region. And technically, even if we go back up to this region, all that would happen is I would let this side of the trade, the breakout trade, get stopped out and then just hold on to this entry. There's no reason to give this entry up. One, I can still collect funding off of it. Two, as long as we are sitting where we're sitting, no matter what happens, I'm still bearish, right? What needs to happen for me to get bullish right now, short term, we do need to break the 10K region again. Until then, anything can happen. I don't really care. As long as that is true, I'm still looking to the downside. Because for me, I'm looking at it on a macro perspective. We have a double top on the macro. I'll be saying, Austin, are you stupid? Just look at it. Austin, does this look like a double top to you? Does it look like we even got anywhere close to 10,368? Double tops don't just happen on price action. Double tops happen on indicators as well. We have a double top, not only a double top, a hidden bearish divergence on the 12-hour RSI. That's why I'm bearish. That's why I could say that a short in this region is worth taking, and that is a higher probability than just 33%. For me, it was more like a 50% probability that we would break to the downside. All right? That's how I look at it. Now, short-term target would be 7,770. All right? Around that region, which is relatively kind of around that top of this pattern and kind of the bottom of this pattern, I would be expecting a retest to the upside. All right? So, we take our profit where profit is due, and we let price action do what it do. We let price action show us when we need to enter. We do not just enter because, all right? That is FOMO. FOMO is not just when price action is going shooting to the sky or dropping to the floor. FOMO is when you're sitting in these long periods of just grueling price action and you're scratching your head. You don't know what's going to happen because, one, there's always facades. The reasons why you see all these crazy ways to trade, fib circles, I perpetuated it, Gone fans, all these insane ways to trade. Now, in the right hands, they can still be successful. But all you're doing is clouding your image, right? It's like fogging up your glasses. Can you still see? Yeah, if you know what you're looking for, but you can't really see clearly. So, keeping it simple, breaking it down to mathematics and not emotions, that's what makes you a better trader. So, short-term target will be about 7,770. Obviously, could we wick a little bit lower? Yes. But I am taking profit where profit is due and letting price action do what it do. Next time I see a double bottom, all right, that's when I can go ahead and say, all right, it's time to enter a long scalp. But overall, I'm looking for a major move back down to where it all began from, about $6,800, 68, 67. Now, do I think that we're going to see some upside after we hit 68, 67? Yes. Potentially, we could see, just a long term, gigantic double top, maybe like this. Maybe it goes on for a couple months. Who knows? I want you guys to never forget what's really going on because perspective is key. All right. As I showed you guys how this domino set into place caused everything that we saw for the last year, there is even bigger dominoes set in place. Now, this small domino put into place the big domino, which is the head and shoulders potential double bottom that we're looking at, but there's a lot more going on. So, let's go to our weekly chart. First, let's talk about this diagonal resistance. And yeah, I'm calling it a resistance now. It's no longer a diagonal support. Now, you might say, Austin, you just told us that you're not using diagonals on your charts anymore. I'm not using diagonals where it's not necessary. Very long-term price action on a consistent. Now we're looking at averages here, so obviously it can wick above, it can wick below. That's not my issue. What we're looking at here is the averages. All right. So that 5-year long support started from all the way back here, broke. What happened? Gigantic dump, as it should. But if you think about it, what does a market do when it breaks a support? It goes back to retest. So, from a psychological perspective, when a market dumps this hard and then comes back up 120%, from a logical perspective, you would say, if we were able to dump that much and now we're already back up, Bitcoin must be unstoppable. So you start buying all the Bitcoin you possibly can while you see these. I mean, anybody that has access to Bookmap or anything can see these 2,000 Bitcoin sell walls at all these major price points. They're not going to let it go up. All right. This is the retest of a 5-year long support. So if you think that the dump from us breaking it was the true bottom, oh, this dump is going to shock you. This dump is going to shock you. So, just like how I showed you how this descending triangle took 170 days to reach its final target, the hope is that it takes so damn long that you forget about it. You forget about it. So, did anybody think that $3,700 was going to be even possible around this time point? No. So, what do you think is happening on a long-term perspective? I mean, you see it in the news. All right. They build hype around the asset when it's basically worth nothing. So people buy it. What do the, Kevin O'Leary's and Mark Cubans of the world do now? Eric, listen, buddy, I understand your perspective. The halvening is 100% a bullish thing. But listen, me saying that price action is going to dump, I'm not saying it's going to dump to zero. You have to understand that in order for you to actually see a bull run, you need to put the dominoes into place. You need to build that momentum. All right. That's what's required here. So, me saying that it's going to dump short term is what people would assume is a bad thing. But me, I'm going to make a shit ton of money off of it. And you should too. That's what I'm trying to teach you here. I'm not trying to, deceive you here. That's why I don't, try to build all this stuff around my channel. I don't make fancy intros. I don't try to make, creative thumbnails every single time to bring people in. I don't put really inquisitive, you know, is it going to dump or "Oh, Bitcoin bullish, in my title to attract people because the people that really want to understand how to trade are here. I'm trying to build a community around me that actually wants to learn and is really looking at it through the objective lens of a robot. Trading is for robots. You need to operate as such. When you make a trading plan, all you're doing is writing code for yourself to program and just go through it. So, Eric, I listen. I agree with you. Halvening is bullish. Now, you typically don't start really pumping on price action after the halvening until about 18 months, which really lines up with my timeframes quite well. Because I'm looking at about 400 to 500, 600 days until we really hit that bottom. Until then, I'm going to be making the most amount of money I can in this period of time while it's dumping, while everybody starts getting out of the market because they keep hodling. I'm going to take it right from their hands. And I'm going to be trading it this entire time, no matter what price action is. And then, obviously, if I'm trading it all the time, I'm going to be there when the bottom hits. And all the people that are waiting for Bitcoin to, because the asset is still the same, the fundamentals are still the same. So, I mean, psychologically, people think that a $1,000 asset is not as strong as a $10,000 asset, but it's the same asset. All that's changing is the price, man. So, if you understand the concept behind Bitcoin, I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in the fundamentals and the mathematics that produce these types of crazy bull runs. But you have to build the patterns. There is nothing else happening here besides you being manipulated. So, now, like I said, take emotions out of it. Think as an if this then that statement. If this happens, then this is going to happen. Now, if that does not happen, if it gets invalidated, I switch. You've seen me over the past couple of months where I'm saying, "Oh, we're going to bounce off that 5-year long support. I'm hitting this range hard." But that's because it's a 5-year long support. It's an if this and that statement. It's a pretty strong support, so I take a long there. But when the time comes, I'm not afraid to switch my position, and I don't let my losses get too large, so that way I make the most out of it. So either way, I'm a winner. Whether I'm wrong in the beginning, but I'm going to be right at the end. So I can always take a breakout trade. What's important is the risk management behind it. So, large time scale. All right, we've been building up this diagonal support to carry us downwards as we go along to these lower targets. So that way we have a range to trade between to make money. The whales, they're not done. This is just the setup. All right. This is the T. All right. Down here is going to be the bat. All right. Somewhere down here. Now, this is there can be a couple different things. We can get a double bottom off of 3,390. Now I'm talking on a weekly time frame. I'm not talking about a wick. All right. I'm looking at averages here. That's what matters to me. All right. We could get a double bottom there, but we want to see a higher low on the RSI. Or we can get a lower low and a higher low on the RSI, which would be even better. Or we can get a lower low, but the same low on the RSI, and that's even better. So, I mean, looking at the RSI here, all right, if you look at Bitcoin on a macro time scale, what usually happens? We retest the all-time high from the last bull market. So, looking at this, what happened? This is the all-time high from the last bull market, $255. This bull market ended at 1,177. What do? We come back, retest the all-time high. What do you see on the RSI? You see it find that relative support. Now, back here, we didn't have this. We have this to our advantage now. So, boom, blast off. Once it gets up to those relative highs, okay, on the RSI, that's when you know it's probably going to start tapping out. So, anytime you tap that resistance on the RSI, you take a little profit. But until you officially break the support that was created off that first high and swing low, you do not exit your full position. But once you do, now you're not going to get the all-time high. You're not going to collect your profits all at $20,000. But you're going to make a shit ton of money, man. You're going to make a lot of money. And I am too. So that's what I'm saying, man. Right now, a lot of people call me a whale. I'm not a whale. I'm literally like maybe a small shark. But I'm picking up the crumbs from the whales, and one day I might eat enough to actually grow enough to be big enough to be one. So that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to bring as many people along with me because there might come a day where, it's not really worth my time to do YouTube, which would be unfortunate because I love it, but that's being realistic. So I'm trying. I'm trying here, guys. Now, one of the simple concepts that I've taught you guys over the last, couple weeks is that a lot of these simple indicators are being used to trick you. You have to understand, essentially the analogy that I like to use. It's like throwing a bouncy ball at a wall. All right. So first, you have a bullish divergence per se. Okay, you have a bullish divergence, and you throw it at the wall, and only some of the energy is transferred into the wall, which is what you see go up. Okay. Now, after that, you'll see the ball come back to you with about 75% of the energy if it ends in bearish convergence. Do not chew on my shoes, man. What the hell, buddy? So, I just want you to think about this. If this was the end result, okay, from this bottom here, all right, from that bottom right there to that top, all right, after multiple tops as well, that was thousands of percents. All right, that was 8,000, 7,000%, depending on where you're starting from. So why did this bottom here? Okay, why did this bottom here not promote the same thing? Some people will be like, well, because this, and that. No. If you really think that all of the energy from that bullet, because look, this is a insane exaggerated bullish divergence. I mean, that should have literally took us to like 200K instantly. Well, not instant. I'm exaggerating here. I'm exaggerating the exaggerated bullish divergence. But what do you think is happening? This crazy weekly bullish divergence ended in bearish convergence. And if you truly think a bullish divergence that insane, so I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I'm not saying that we're going to see a $100 Bitcoin again. I'm being realistic with my targets. So just as I showed you how this descending triangle, and for the people that didn't see it, I do want to show you guys. I'm not really reading the chat right now. I'll go back and I'll look through the messages after I'm done with this. I just want to get through this information. Just as I showed you guys on let's go to a 12 hour. Let's go to a 12 hour. Just as I showed you guys with this descending triangle right here, and I do need to turn off that extension. Okay. Because if you understand this now, all right, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I am saying that it is a possibility. As of right now, the only probability that we have is a head and shoulders bouncing off of 6,800. So when I'm talking about this, just know that it's not what I'm looking for right now, but long term, you need to keep this in the back of your head and stay consistent. While everybody else is calling you trash for trading a falling coin, one, you're probably going to have way more than you started with, even though it's at a lower price point. And two, you know the end goal. They don't. So just smile and wave. All right, smile and wave. So here we go ahead, turn the wicks off real quick, make it a little bit easier to see. We have this descending triangle here. If BTC is strong, we wouldn't be having this conversation. BTC is strong. So the fundamentals are strong, the mathematics are strong. What's not strong is people and their emotions. And that's what's being taken advantage of. So they build up the hype. They let the hype slowly die out so that it's still kind of doing what it's got to do. And then they start really shitting on it. I mean, there's going to come a time where we probably see Bitcoin in the news every single day, and they're going to be talking about, oh, Bitcoin down from its all-time high over, 75%. That is when the big guys are getting into it. and then slowly but surely, it's gonna start climbing back up, breaking those resistances without making a sound. It's gonna sneak into your bedroom and then throw a freaking frying pan in your face. I don't know why I started so hard on that one, but stay with me, guys. I'm so excited about this. This is why I'm talking so fast. And I was I was talking to one of my students today, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm 20 years old. I talk fast. So if at any point I'm talking too fast, just tell me to slow the hell down, because I understand. All right." My dad used to tell me all the time. He was like, "You talk too damn fast." So just try to you can slow the video down by like 75% if that needs to be done. I know I'm talking like Crown Crypto here. So this is the first target, second target, third target. Anywhere where it goes from top to bottom in a pattern, that is a target. And that's kind of my platform that I stand on, Eric. You kind of came in here and sounded like you were kind of shitting on my ideologies here, but I want you to understand when I'm talking about these things, I'm not talking about them as a certainty. I'm talking about them as a not even a probability, a possibility. All right. So when I'm talking about these things, I'm just noticing that they're there. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. It's just an if this and that statement. Okay. So basically, here we got boom, boom, boom. All right. So if we draw horizontal supports and resistances off of this, now this is on the 12 hour. If we do drop this down to a 6 hour, these are actually going to be a little bit more accurate relative to the time frame. But we'll just use the 12 hours as an example because it's close enough. So we just draw horizontal supports and resistances off of these. You can see that it's not exact because, like I said, 6 hours what you want to be drawing this off of. But you can see that the first target is what we hit and then retest. Second target is what we hit and then we retest. Third target is what we hit and then retest. It's a constant cycle. And it's the biggest, just it's right in front of your faces. All right. But the thing is they make it take so long that people just forget about it in the first place. But I mean, you can't deny that. All right. That is not me just, making shit up. It's right in front of your face. And I showed you how I did it. All right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That was the pattern. Those were the targets involved. And until we got back above, I would say 12.8K. I mean, not 12.8. Yeah, 12.8K. Cannonball close above that. Only then would I say it's invalidated and you no longer have to move on to the next target. So, coming from that perspective, if we're looking at the weekly time frame here, like I said, it's not exact. So you can see on this target right here, I drew a horizontal support resistance. Now, was it our support? No. But was it our resistance? Yes. Okay. So, more than likely, if we do not see us come back above 20K, which we didn't, I told you there was a gigantic bullish divergence. Why didn't it blast off to the moon? You might say, well, it did, Austin. It did blast off to the moon. This is just consolidation. This is just gonna, it just needs to chill out for a little bit. Come on, come on, come on. It's like I said, I don't want it to sound like I'm being arrogant. I don't want it to sound like I think I'm a know-it-all. I just want you to see my perspective. If you agree with it or if you don't, I just want to show you that, I mean, stuff just lines up too perfectly. All right. So, could the next target, be 2,726 with a retest and confirmation of resistance of a 5 year long support? More than likely. Now, this is going to happen over the course of months, if not years. About 1.5, maybe 2 years. So we're talking about this before it's even conceptualized by anybody else. Now, obviously, the big guys, the guys have actual money, are looking at things like this all the time. But it, everybody else is caught up on the 5 minute. They think that's how they make real money. So that's what I wanted to talk about really today. And because I explained it a little bit last live stream, but I wanted to explain it a little bit better, especially going into the RSI and how that works. Kite's bullish. I'm going long. So short term, you guys know the deal. All right. Nothing's really changed. I work with horizontals now. I know a lot of people are looking at that descending wedge and they're, losing their shit over it, and they say that Bitcoin's going to 20K because of a descending wedge. But is it a possibility that we do break out to the upside here? Yes. That's why we're taking some profit. But is it a probability? No. Okay, until it turns into a probability of us breaking out to the upside, only then would I start switching bullish. All right. I don't care which way it goes. I really don't. I'm a trader. I don't care which way it goes, upside down, sideways, whatever. All I care about is two things: percentage moves and funding. Okay, that's all I care about. Everything else, it can deal with itself, right? So, if you guys take anything away from tonight's live stream, throw your emotions out the window. Basically, trade like a psychopath. All right. If you guys need to practice that, just go watch Bates Motel. All right. And then just take the concepts from that, apply it to your trading, and then boom, you're going to make lots of money. All right. That's a joke. That's a joke. But take your emotions, take your bias out of trading, and break it down to mathematics and simple probabilities. Uh, and you should have a stress list, easy time trading, and just making lots of money. Oh, that's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about that, Mrs. G. But let me go back in the chat. Let me see what people have been saying because, I've been talking this entire time, but I haven't been looking about what people have been saying about that. Let's see. Thanks for the great trading strategy and help. Thanks, James. I appreciate it, man. Um, nice channel. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Mrs. G is completely bearish right now. She always has been. I don't know, man. The day that she switches bullish, uh, I think we all should just, hop on the train. Um, that guy. Hey, Kite, just showing up. Sorry. No problem, buddy. Let's see. Love the honesty, man. Thanks. Thank you, man. Like I said, I am in no way trying to swing you one way or the other. I'm simply sharing my opinion. It is not financial advice. Obviously, if you just want to call me, you know, uh, a know it all, arrogant, 20-year-old on the internet, you don't have to like the shit, but admit it is respectable. That's all. That's all I care about. All right. At the end of the day, if you don't admit that what I do is respectable, you're lying to yourself. So I know at the end of the day what I'm doing is respectable. So I don't really care if you like it or not. Let's see. Because one day you're going to wish. All right. So it's like that song says 10 years ago, God, I should just play it right now in the background. I'll play it as one of the ending songs. Who knows? Never mind. Wait. I'm already trying to think of what song I'm going to play. Kite dropping it like dropping bombs. Like I said, guys, I'm not trying to be negative, but I want you to understand that dumping price action is a positive thing. Pumping price action is a negative thing. Okay? Now, the reason why I say that is because when you dump, what do? You build bullish divergence. When you pump, what are you doing? You're building bearish divergence. Now, obviously you're gonna be like, well, you said that bearish divergences play into bullish convergence and pump. Yes. So you do have to be aware of that. But we have to put the domino into place to put everything else into place. Just like I showed you with that descending triangle back, when did that happen? That was all the way back in what? Like August, September of last year. You have to put the dominoes into place before you see them start falling. Okay. And that is what we're doing here. All right. Do you really think it was going to be this easy? All right. Do you really think it was going to be this easy? Now, you have to think about what's going to happen in the meantime. There is going to be multiple 100% swing high, swing lows. Now you can sit there and sulk about price action all day, but I'm gonna be trading it. I'm gonna be taking advantage of everything that's it's given me. I'm gonna come out of it like a king. And then once the bull run completes, I don't even know what that's called. What Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm gonna own the world. All right. That's what I'm going for. Now, I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and explain my reasons behind it, but I'm not doing it to buy a Lambo or buy a $2 billion watch. All right. I'm trying to build enough money myself to feed my family for the next 100 years. All right. That's the way I'm thinking. So you aim above the target to hit the target. So maybe I don't reach that point where I can feed my family for the next 100 years. All right. Pay off all their debt, pay for the things they want, cushion their life towards death. All right. Maybe I can't do that, but I'm definitely going to make, I'm going to make a dent. All right. Maybe 25 years. I'm going to try. Um, let's see. Love your content and the way you talk. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. My average spending money is 6,700. Anything under that, I will buy more. Okay. Like I said, just make sure you DCA at the correct points. Don't just buy because. Make sure that you're putting some real critical thought into the levels that you want to buy at. That way, when it comes down to it, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Daily D, hallelujah. um, oh well, people think Bitcoin is a stairway to heaven when it's really a roller coaster to the moon. Exactly, man. I mean, I like I said, I cannot stress this enough. Everything that I say, it is because it is an option. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. All right. Now, is it a possibility? Yes. Is it a probability? Probability? Not as of yet. But can it become one? Absolutely. You just need to be aware of it first to take advantage of it later in the case that it does happen, right? Or if it happens, I should say. Now, could we just break out to the upside here? Like I said, it's a possibility. If it does happen, I work it out. All right. That's why good risk management in probabilities and statistics win every single day than having an opinion. Right? Opinions and emotions have absolutely nowhere in trading. All right. Only mathematics. Thank you. Please never leave us. Like I said, m- the way I see it, my job is to bring up as many people as I can while I can. There is going to become a day, and this is, everybody's always like, oh, yeah, yeah, right. For me, it's not, it's not a, yeah, right. What if? It's a, I'm going to try my hardest or I'm going to freaking die. All right. That's how I think. So there's going to come a day where, my time is better spent doing other things like traveling around the world with my family or, doing whatever I do, whatever venture I choose to do in the future, than, doing YouTube videos every Wednesday, Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday, Wednesday. Monday, Friday, Wednesday? Yeah, I guess that's true, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's not that I don't want to, because there's always going to be a special place in my heart. If everything works out the way it's supposed to, which it won't, and I understand that. There's going to come a day where I have to say, hey guys, this is going to be the last live stream on my channel. But that's not for a while away. So I'm going to be here. Um, Kite's passionate tonight, about to make me jump up and down because I'm feeling what he's throwing down. Absolutely, man. Like I said, man, having a passion for the craft and not the end result is what makes you a winner. If you're just looking for a bull run and the end result, I can guarantee you're not going to be a winner. Actually, I can't because now, actually, I can because the reason why I got into crypto was not because I thought I was going to go to these astronomical numbers. I just thought it was a cool idea. Simple as that. I thought it was interesting. I put my money into it. Did I think it was going to grow? Yeah, I thought it was going to grow. I didn't know how much, but oh, I was surprised. I got lucky. Now, obviously, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So here we are preparing. Are we going to get that opportunity? It's a possibility, but we're preparing for it. That's all. All right. We don't care if it happens or it doesn't happen. We prepare for it. Just as well, I prepare for the upside all the time, just in case. You have to be a good trader, not just a opinion trader. Okay. Let's see here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Uh, let's see. Fish saying pug life, yo. Let's see. $1,200 quick wick. Where is the Discord link? So Discord, I explained in the beginning, it is for only people taking the one-on-ones. Other than that, you are not allowed in it because we need to make sure that it's a high value Discord, not just a Discord where people can come and go and spread FUD or FOMO. Like I said, the people in the Discord, the objective is that one, they already know, or two, they're going to learn how to take emotions out of trading and to discuss their ideologies effectively with other traders rather than say, nah, your idea is shit. It doesn't support my idea. Well, no, bye bye. That's arrogant. Right? That is stupid. Right? Having a civil discussion with somebody. Now, can you guys be on totally opposite sides even at the end of the discussion? A discussion is not to win over someone to your side. It's to propose an opposite opinion. Now, obviously, most people treat it like it's a battle between this or that, but it's not. Simply all it is basically just trying to find out what is, you know, what is the conclusion? Can we draw a conclusion from this? In trading, like I said, you guys can find any pattern, any bullish divergence anywhere to support your ideology at the time. What's important is understanding every single point of view and then finding out which one is the most probable. Okay, that's what we're trying to do here. Don't you think there will be more manipulation on the way? Absolutely. But I think it's happening. I mean, listen, you don't have to go far to find out what the majority of traders are doing or thinking. You don't. Right? Listen, everybody always looks towards the fear and greed index. Um, that statistic where it's like, 50-50 longs or 75% long, 25% short. They're always looking at all these different things. Just look at funding rate. Just look at the funding rate. If the majority of traders are really shorting, the funding rate goes positive. If the majority of traders are really longing, the funding rate goes negative. Actually, that's opposite. Flip it around. Negative for majority of traders longing, and then positive for the majority of traders shorting. Fuck, flip it around again. Positive for majority of traders shorting, negative for the majority of traders longing. My bad. I've been talking too damn much today. But it's as simple as that. What happened after the coronavirus crash? The funding rate went negative. What was the result? We pumped. Funding rate is now positive again. What do you think is going to happen? Come on. Come on. I mean, it's simple, guys. Don't make it hard on yourself. Stop looking at 1,000 different indicators. Make it simple. All right. I think I lost the message I was trying to read. He's trying to eat my socks. Give me one sec. Really? Did you really? He wants my attention so bad. All right. So, trying to get through all the messages so I can see if there's anything um, that I really want to go ahead and touch on. Let's see. Buy some theta right about now. I don't know about that. I wonder why we don't see a Bitcoin commercial on TV. Because I like I said, they're not trying to build hype around it right now to take profits. They're trying to not say anything truly negative about it and let the hype die out. Okay, that's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to let it discredit itself through slow process. Okay, let's see. Don't listen to Eric. I'll beat him up. Um, let's see. JC, what's going on, buddy? Sounds easy enough. People don't know what a domino is. They think it's a pizza. That's pretty cool. That's funny. I like that joke. Crazy Kangaroo, what's going on, man? As always, you kind of get in at the last second. We're wrapping up here. I'm just trying to get through all these messages before we go ahead and start, wrapping it up for the night. Miles Beats, just found your channel and definitely subscribing. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. James, aim small, miss small. Exactly, man. Aim high, and you're bound to hit somewhere in the middle at least. Where are you from, G? I'm from the East Coast of the United States. I'm from Virginia. You take the elevator, I'm gonna go down the water slide. We're all on the same ride here. All right. Listen, I conceptualize it as if it's going to take a long time to be realistic. Just as that's why I think this was gonna happen either way, but it happened so damn fast because of the coronavirus, plus the fact that we broke a 5-year long support. So I think it was gonna happen either way. I do think that the wick was way lower because of coronavirus and all the panic associated with that. Because not only was the stock market dumping and everything like that, so I think that was a little bit exaggerated. That's why it really didn't fit into our target as well. But you saw how it can kind of be a little bit lower, a little bit higher. We're working with general areas. But if we do just have a massive drop, I just make money faster. I just want it to range because then obviously we're going to make a ton more money. All right. The slower it happens, the more money we make in the long run. GoPro and gaming kite. Tried that. All right, man. Listen, I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but I still am and was pretty damn good at video games. Any game I played. Now, specifically FPS games. All right, anything else really wasn't the best at. But listen. I'm not claiming to be the best in the world, but in some of the games I was top 3. Like Darn's Project, I was top 30 in PUBG. CS:GO, I was pretty damn good at CS:GO. Um, I just play Call of Duty now. Starting to play with a controller just to relax, because that's something I've noticed, and that's a part of the whole challenge I've set for myself, the last couple of weeks is, one, the first thing was set a consistent sleeping schedule, waking up at the same exact time every single day, um, and going to sleep to make sure that I got an adequate amount of sleep, because that was something that I was not doing. I was sacrificing my health in order to trade better, but it didn't make me trade better. It just made me trade worse. 2, I set, a workout schedule. I said, okay, in the mornings, except for Sundays, I'm going to go for a run. So I've been consistent with that. The next step is going to be making sure that I can eat healthier. So not only get good rest and, exercise more, but also eat healthier as well. Cause I still drink soda. I still eat fast food, which that's the next step, but I'm taking it slow, just like with my trading. All right. So I'm trying to, get the life disciplines down. And then, I mean, everything else is just going to be a breeze. Obviously, there's never, life is a constant game of solving puzzles. All right. It's about making sure that The puzzles that you solve are the ones that you want to solve. Now, you do have to work your way up to get that choice, but once you solve that puzzle of getting out of the rat race, then you can start focusing on the puzzles that you want to solve. But once you solve one puzzle, that creates another until the day you die. All right. So just continue. All right. Anybody out there read the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Some of the people on my Telegram bought it and they sent me pictures, which is pretty cool. Like I said, guys, it's just, I don't think that book's going to change your life, but I know it did for mine, especially because I read it at a young age. Now, I read it, I made significant changes in my life, and I was in the best shape. I was, about 2.5 years ago, I was literally like 150 pounds. I wasn't jacked, but I was lean. Um, I was confident. I was making money from Bitcoin. I was doing well, but then I got comfortable, and that's when everything went downhill. Being comfortable, that's not good for you. So that's something that I really need to remind myself. So I reread the book. Been listening to a lot of other people that have really, David Goggins in particular. He's my favorite speaker of all time, probably, just because he yells the F word in my face all the time. It makes me feel like a pussy. All right. I know a lot of people don't like that word, but he makes me feel like that. All right. And if you don't know who David Goggins is, either get his book or just watch him at like a keynote speaking. That man will literally punch you in the face with his words and make you just feel like you are worthless. All right. He holds the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours. I think he did like 4,500 something pull-ups in 17 hours before he had to quit. Literally the hand, like his hand, all of the skin was gone, which I don't even know how he could continue halfway through that. Um, the longest he's ever run is I think like 200 miles in 36 hours. So the man is just pushing the limits. And what he teaches you, through his books and just talking to you, he wants you to know that he's no different than you. The difference is that he did it and you didn't. All right. He was like 300 pounds, hated his life, depressed, just, definition of just stuck. And he just continued to lose until he won. That's the difference. Is he never stopped. I know that's like a cliche thing to say, but truly that is what needs to happen. Exactly, Mrs. G. You have to think about it ass backwards. Resistance is what helps you coil momentum. Both of them, that's why they're there. They help you coil momentum to continue. So retracements. Now, obviously on Bitcoin, we're pampered. For it to be even at $9,000 right now, this far into its life, it baffles billionaires, which is why they understand what the true value of it is. But normal people, they just see it as, oh, it's just because it's Bitcoin, and they don't see that they don't ever see that it can't go lower. They in their minds, bull run, bull run, bull run, bull run. They want Lambos. They want a new car. They want this, and that. You have to just learn how markets work, not just gamble. Give me a little bit, buddy. About like 10, 15 minutes. So, take it slow, bro. Be true to yourself. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. Valorant. Have not played Valorant. I've watched plenty of people play it. It looks like a fun game. It's too damn similar to CS:GO, and I know you might say, "Well, no, it's not." It's designed after CS:GO because that CS:GO is the perfect representation of what a good competitive shooter is. Simple yet complex, which is trading. Give me 1 second. This is a hard spot to pick direction before breakout. Every top is put in with market sentiment high and high positive funding. We're oscillating between negative and neutral funding. Now, um, it's for me, funding is a little bit easier to, just kind of know if it's bearish or bullish on Bybit, just because usually it's always 0.01%. It's either negative 0.01% or positive 0.01%. So for me, I'm just looking for that negative, right? That switch. I feel like I'm frying on ass. Mrs. G, I love you. I know that I'm starting to get closer to what you're seeing, but I have to see it in my own way. Like I said, I do want to get in contact with you, and I do want to for you to help me see it through your eyes because I want to have that civil discussion that we talked about. Um, but from my perspective, as of right now, that's how I see it working out. Exactly, Daily D. Looking at the charts for SR is the easy part, or at least it should be for a lot of people. They're clouding themselves with a thousand, 4 or 5 different indicators, gone fans, fib retracements, EMAs. They have 1,000 different things going on their screen. How are they going to know what's going to happen? Right? You got so much contradictory information. Right now, good traders can use those collectively because they know how to see through all the BS, those nuances that we talked about. Um, let's see. G Money Bags, you're from Virginia too. That's what's up, man. Okay, do you have a special place to look for the funding rate? It's literally for me, it's as simple as going there and looking at it right here. And you can see it's kind of changing a little bit here, but you can see that's what's going on. Now, if I see the funding rate switch positive, which we have seen a drop in funding rate, so maybe, then I'll start switching my ideas. But as of right now, it is about probabilities, not possibilities. But we do take our profit when the possibilities are good chance. So that's what we're looking for here. So let's see. Great book. Yeah, it's an awesome book, man. Glad you like it. Uh, Read the Diet for the New America by John Robbins. I'll look it up. I got a whole bunch of credits on Audible. I literally got like 30 credits on Audible. And I think they've actually rolled over where they've actually had to delete some, which means I should be reading a little bit more. Obviously, when I go on walks in the morning, that's nothing but free time. Right? Early to bed, early to rise makes a man wealthy and wise. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's all about how you structure your time. A lot of people they think that the earlier you get up, the more productive you're going to be. And yes, generally that is true, but it's not to say that if you wake up later in the day but then go to bed later in the day, it's all about how you use your time and have a consistent schedule, not just kind of doing it based on whatever. Wim Hof, he's a very good teacher as well. You guys probably if you guys watch my old live streams, I'm probably gonna stop talking about that stuff because I do wanna help my image a little bit better. I want people to look at me that way, but even though I think it's completely fine until society shifts, you guys know I'm a hippy dippy, right? Wim Hof, he's a part of that, man. Uh, if what your body can do by itself is insane. If Bitcoin disappeared tomorrow, would you trade any other assets? I would probably be trading, just currencies back and forth, probably US dollar versus yen, all that type of stuff. Um, which obviously the percentage moves and the volatility in that market is not that crazy. But that's why in those types of markets, they're using like 2000x leverage, which to us, that's insane. Even 100x leverage is insane, but that's probably what I'll be doing. Because for me, the reasons why I trade Bitcoin is because it's not tied to any governments. And yes, the news affects the people's emotions, which does affect the market. But generally, the people in charge they make sure that stuff goes the way it's supposed to. So it purely comes down to mathematics and technicals rather than, emotions or, a government just constantly injecting money into the market, causing the thing to just skyrocket the entire time. All right. So that's what I'm talking about. Um, Nebutane indicator on trading view. I'll look for that. Like I said, I'm not looking to add thousands of different indicators. So, everybody recommends me some indicator. I'm sticking to what works. There's no reason to change it. I could trade off a price action all day. I don't need a single indicator. Now, would I like to have RSI as well? Yeah. If I had to choose one indicator over anything, it would be RSI, 100%. All right, guys. With that being said, one of my buddies just got here and he showed an interest in trading. So I'm going to sit down, help him out. So that being said, I love you guys. Thank you very much. As always, if you guys thought what we talked about today here helps you in any way, and you guys are going to stick around for everything else, go ahead and support the channel. All right. In the description, there's a Bybit affiliate link. I am open about what I make from it. So if you guys are in the Telegram, you guys from time to time, as the Bybit affiliate link grows, you guys will see how much is made from it. I want to be transparent. I want you guys to know that probably more than 80% to 90% is going to be coming back to you guys through giveaways, whatever it might be. Um, if I buy something specifically to make the channel a better thing, I'll let you guys know what that is, how much it costs. So I'm trying to be transparent. So if you guys feel like that is a good use of your market fees and stuff like that, definitely sign up with that link. Deposit 0.05 BTC. It helps me out. It helps you guys out. I just want it to be a give take situation. All right. Let's see. Um, how long was your longest swing trade? I believe for me, it was only about 60 to 90 days. And that was because of funding. I wanted all the funding. Now, if I was a better trader back then, I could have held that to this date. Gabriel, thank you very much, man. Hey, we're still sitting at 76 viewers, even a couple hours in. Thank you very much, guys. Obviously, if anybody is new out there, like I said, I'm a 20-year-old kid on the internet. None of this is financial advice. I'm simply sharing my perspective from what I've learned. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm just here to have a civil discussion with you guys, have a fun time. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. Let's see. Ricky, thank you very much, man. Um, Red Current, thank you very much, man. Obsidian, we had a great talk today. I appreciate you, buddy. Krypton, have a great night, bud. I message you on Discord. Time to get on board, and you can give me the info for the one-on-ones. Absolutely, man. I love to have you. Peace, love, and hair grease. Peace, love, and hair grease, man. Peace. Take care of everyone. Hope you all make stacks. G money bags. That's the proper message you gotta be spreading. Do scroll up for numbers. I left you 9699 top 7K. Top 7K. Reevaluate. And then top 7K. Okay. I'll scroll up to the chat. Thanks, Kite. You are claiming the trading demons, calming the trading demons in my mind. Like I said, man, I just want to share just how simple you can make things on yourself. Yes. Does it mean you're going to make the most amount of profit you possibly can? No, but it definitely makes life easier while still being profitable. All right, guys. There's so many messages. Hugo, thank you, God, man. Um, let's see. Varga, don't know how to pronounce the first part. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much. John, thank you. Stretchy, have a great night, man. I appreciate you. All right, guys. With that being said, anybody that I did not name by name and say goodbye to, I appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping in and, just supporting this little guy here as he grows and becomes a bigger channel. Um, like I said, guys, this is this is just something I like doing, man. I don't want to swing you guys one way or the other. I'm just simply showing you what I'm doing, and if we make mistakes along the way, we learn from those mistakes. And the song I'm gonna play is probably gonna be about just the way I feel about some people. Um, as well as that, the song talks about, can you climb up when the ladders bust, right? Because that's what matters. The ladders are going to bust at some point. Can you build another ladder and start climbing again? That's the difference between you and everybody else, right? So we should do ayahuasca one day. Have a great day. Maybe, maybe, buddy. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. As always, you don't have to stick around for the music, but if you want to get an insight on what I'm thinking about, like I said, I don't want to directly say what I'm thinking about, but I do want to kind of leave it up to the music to kind of speak for me. So I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And that's going to be all for tonight. Goodbye, guys.
I've been getting way too comfy round you lazy couch potatoes, talking circles round my questions, cause you don't know how to say no. Bunch of lamos, bunch of lemons, boy, you don't know how to work. Got your feet up on your desk, I got my boots all in the dirt. Laces tied, crazy eyes, 48 hours I've been awake. Do not try to intervene unless you tryna innovate. Boy, I got that winner's fate, so no, I ain't finna wait. If you show up right on time, you already 10 minutes late. That's my policy, you follow me, I gives a fuck about your following. If you can't follow through, then do not bother me. You could be the next Socrates, that doesn't matter much if you can't find a way to climb up even when them ladders bust. Yeah, even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah, and then we eat some more. Yeah, we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. Moving in silence, cause I don't need your kudos. Always underdressed, but I'm still a boss like Hugo. I'm Houdini, where the roof go? I guess the sky's the limit. We are cut from different fabric. I am not designer fitted. You should renovate your closet and keep less disguises in it. You say that you ballin', could you specify the digits? I'm suspicious, I'm concerned with the lack of truth you preaching. If you call yourself an OG, then let's ask the youth you teaching. How can I find them? Where did they go? I wanna ask, I'm sure that they know. Give them a call, I'm sure that they show. I mean, it's not like we all heard this before. I'll do you with courtesy, bro. Won't bring it up, I truthfully don't even care. Plus I'm too busy to make you feel shitty and stoop to your level. Psst, I wouldn't dare, yeah. Even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah. And then we eat some more. Yeah, we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. They say they want it, why they lying in bed? I'm living life like I got a price on my head. I can't stop, cause if I do, I'm a ghost. And I be doing it wrong if I wasn't doing the most. They say they want it, why they lying in bed? I'm living life like I got a price on my head. I can't stop, cause if I do, I'm a ghost. And I be doing it wrong if I wasn't doing the most. They say they, yeah, even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah. And then we eat some more. Yeah, we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. was whipping my Chevy, I had 3 pills in my pocket. My partner told me don't pop them, but I was losing my noggin. I call my trunk nosy neighbor. The way it be knocking, it be my meditation. When the world just will not quit talking, I'm not drinking and driving, I'm just sipping and cruising. If my mama could see me, she'd tell me quit being stupid. Cause see this buzz that I'm getting, it's just wisdom I'm losing. But I need a distraction, cause all my actions been useless, man. I've been trying hard, people telling me I'll be okay, but that's just dialogue. If you feel the same as me, let me see you light it, dog. Let them burn, let them burn. If they wanna switch sides, let them turn, let them turn. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. Nah, we don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. Too many people using each other, such a waste of beautiful human beings that could be lovers. Instead we're fighters, trained to expect the worst from people. It's hard to fight for good, so we learn to work with evil. It hurts my cerebral to think about those habits. Never in between, it's either happiness or havoc. Too much of anything is bad for me though. Can only smile so long till the apathy shows. At least we ain't phony. What's worse, being with a snake or being lonely? Honesty takes work, lying's easy, homie. Don't say you feel it, it should be easy to show me. And if not, then fuck them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. Nah, we don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. Some people be changing with the weather. I'm trying to keep myself together. I ain't got the energy to hold them, so I push them aside and keep it rolling. Some people be changing with the weather. I'm trying to keep myself together. Ooh, yeah. I was whipping my Chevy, I had 3 pills in my pocket. Finally rolled down the window and I decided to toss them. Went through trouble to get them, but I'd be just fine without them. Yeah, I'd be just fine without them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. We don't need them, homie. Nah, we don't need them. I'm better off without them. Hey, I wouldn't wanna be them. Talked to my dad on the phone today. He broke down and apologized. Said he's sorry for the way things got fucked up, and he wished he did a better job. Couldn't see his face, but I could hear his watered eyes. I could hear him loud and clear, wonder what am I? Understand me, I just wanna see him try, but he didn't wanna see it, so he just shut his eyes. Told him don't sweat it, I'm good, I'm fine. Your childhood was no harder than mine. I know he's your dad, but motherfuck my grandpa and the daughters that he victimized in the way that he treated his sons when your brother was alive once upon a time. And I know that you still don't believe in the way that he died. Honestly, neither do I, but we just comply. Nod our head, move on. Brand new city, new wife, new mom. All those days you whooped my ass, those same nights I wished you gone. So I hid in the bathroom and I wrote my first song without a beat. Hid the dirty clothes underneath the crack in the door so you couldn't ever see my feet. Let the water run so you couldn't hear my voice. Hit the notebook so you never ever knew. Song after song, page after page, day after day writing songs about you. So when you say that you proud of me now, can't explain what that means. We are who we are because of that shit. So no, I don't wanna be
in a perfect world where nothing ever goes wrong. Far, far away from me, no water from the tears. I wonder how they ever go.
Talked to my big bro today. He broke down and apologized. Said he's sorry for the way things got fucked up, and he wish he did a better job. As he rolled up a blunt of some medical pine, lit it, but he didn't want to hit it this time. Hands started shaking and then he started crying. Shit had been building in the pit of his mind. He said, I wish I never robbed my brothers. I wish I never robbed those bitches. Now anytime somebody can't find they shit and they can't find me, then I'm suspicious. Don't nobody think I'm sufficient, and my time is ticking. I wish I never dropped out of school. Now I either sell dope or wash them dishes. I said, look, my friend, my dog, I know you feel lost and that's real, but you wouldn't want to feel warmer inside if you never had gotten them chills. Could you save your son from falling this far if you don't know how that shit feels? If Anthony never OD'd and died, then I would probably still be popping pills. Rest his soul. We are who we are. You don't enjoy thinking back that far, cause shit wasn't easy, most times it was hard, but the darkest of nights make the brightest of stars. So be the light in the dark, fuck being the norm. Some days I wish it was easier too, but shit, we were not born
In a perfect world, but nothing ever goes